Lenox, Alabama, 2023, December 26th. Tonight, John chapter 3, verse 18 through, not sure how far we're going to get. We'll go as far as we can. The Jesus, the light of the world. Anyway, we're glad you joined us. We're the folks who believe the Bible is absolutely true. God made everything in 6 days. He said so in the Ten Commandments. That means dinosaurs had to live with Adam and Eve, doesn't it? Yeah, better think on that one. You can follow us on Rumble or on Genesis Baptist Church on YouTube or Kent Hovind Official on Odyssey, on Twitter, right? Are we on Twitter?
Yes.
Facebook,
Twitter,
TikTok,
Rumble, TikTok.
a bunch of places. Get them all. Go to drdino.com. If all else fails, go to the website. They're all listed there. If one takes us down for some reason, they'll all be listed there. Okay. And PayPal right there if you want to help us. Genesis Baptist Church. I got to update that. 25,500 subscribers. Okay. We're an old-fashioned Bible-believing church. We believe God's word is true. I got my newer Bible. The other one I'm going to have to retire. It's had a long, rough life. This one's not quite as fallen apart, dilapidated edition. So I'll hold that one up from now on. And we believe the Bible's true. It's the infallible, inspired, inerrant word of the living God. God made it, everything, in 6 days. So we are straight north of Pensacola, 70 miles, in the itty-bitty town of Lenox, Alabama. Come visit. How many visitors did we have here over Christmas week? Bunch. You folks from Alaska, when are you taking off? Tomorrow. You're going to drive all the way back to Alaska? Yeah. That's a long flight. It's a really long drive. Yeah, okay. Good thing the world's flat, right? Don't get me started. I'm sorry. Okay. We got 140 acres. Come take the safari tour, the science center tour, the farm tour, the playground tour. Okay, tonight, John chapter 8, the 26th. You can help us to open for free. Join our 777 club. If you like what we're doing around here, say, I want to give them $1 a day or something. We're just going to spend it to serve God and give the gospel out, okay? We're not looking to make any money. We just want to get the gospel out. If you're already a member, call Sandra. Sandra right there, 855-BIG-DINO, extension 1. And see if there's any questions there. Watch out for that website, or that it's an email, Blessed Spirit of Promise.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get stuff from there, let us know right away, okay? Okay, let's see, drdino.com. Open for 7.71 years now for free. So we're going to go to slide number 388. Enter. John chapter 3, verse 18. He that believeth on him is not condemned. I get comments all the time. Hovind, you believe once saved, always saved? Yes, I do. And I said it the other night, got a bunch of comments. So that's heresy. Well, then go start your own channel and teach what you want to teach. But if you could lose your salvation, everybody would lose it every day. My salvation is not dependent on me. It's dependent on him. He that believeth on him is not condemned. I deserve to be condemned. There's no question. So do you. But I'm forgiven. It's not he that believeth is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation. Light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. How many crimes are committed at night compared to during the daytime? Would you say there's probably more robberies at night than there are in the daytime? Yeah. They think the darkness hides them. Well, God can see in the dark, okay? Men love darkness rather than light. Bible says in verse 20, everyone that doeth evil hateth the light. Isn't that the case when the police show up and shine the spotlight? They scatter. When you turn the light on, the roaches scatter, don't they? Mm-hmm. Neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. They just don't like the light. He that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God. In the beginning, God said, let there be light. And there was light. First thing he made. Now notice, he made the light on day 1, and he made the stars on day 4, and the sun on day 4. He made the light. See, God is light. He doesn't need the sun to be light. He is the light of the world. God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. And you skip down to verse 15, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament to give light upon the earth. And he made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, the lesser light to rule the night. See, God made light before he made the sun, because he is light. And he wanted to make sure we knew, don't worship the sun. I mean, you got to have it. It's nice and handy and all that stuff, but don't worship it. It's a big burning ball that keeps us warm and gives us light. It's not something you should worship or name yourself after. Mr. Ra, the sun god. Okay. Light is a form of electromagnetic radiation that can be detected by the human eye. You know, I taught physical science for 15 years. I had Introduction to Physical Science DVD, if you want to get that for your kids to get the basic idea, or Introduction to Algebra, Geometry stuff. Nobody really knows for sure what light is. Can you give me a jar of light? What's a gallon of light weigh? What exactly is it? I mean, does it hurt when it hits you? What is it? And to call it electromagnetic radiation, that's really about the best we can do. Okay, it's a wave-like, is thought of as a wave or a particle. Which is it? The wave-like properties produced by interference patterns in the double-slit experiment. That was a very interesting experiment. Light is a form of energy made of photons. This is theoretical. Show me a photon, okay? What color is a photon? How big is it? What's it weigh? And behaves like both a particle and a wave. It is generated by changes in the movement of electrically charged particles. Light can be dispersed and divided up into colors by going through a prism, a rainbow. Okay, but what is it? When you just see the light, you can't see the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet until you split it up through a prism. Light can be refracted, can go in, bend over, come back out a different way. Light can be reflected. So it can be reflected, refracted, diffused, dispersed. You can do all kinds of things with light, except tell me what it is. Give me a jar of it, okay? Do light waves get stretched? Huh? Yeah. Why does light stretch as the universe expands? How does the expansion of the universe stretch light? God told Job in Job 38, where is the way where light dwelleth? Wait. How can light dwell or live in a way? Shouldn't it be like a place? No. Where is the way where light dwelleth? As for darkness, where is the place thereof? This is God answering Job's questions. See, Job's 4 friends came and tormented him for who knows how long, and his wife left him or turned on him, and his kids all died. Job had a bad day. Read the book of Job. In chapter 38, finally, the Lord answered Job. And all God did for Job is ask him 84 questions. Job never answered one of God's questions. God just asked him 84 questions. This is one of them. And at the end, Job said, wow, you're God. I don't need to know. I don't need to know why. I wrote a book. Why on earth did God let this happen, for heaven's sake? While I was in prison, I actually wrote 7 books in this series. Why did God let this happen? Written through the eyes of here's Cain talking to God. I did it as knee-mail. When you're on your knees, you can talk to anybody, past, present, future. Okay? Knee-mail. I did all kinds. These stories will really help you. If you're suffering and having a hard time, believe me, I had a hard time. Get this book. There it is right there. Why on earth did God let this happen? You will have times in your life when that question will cross your mind. Anybody already been there? Why did this happen? Maybe this will help you. This is book 1. Book 2 is available as an ebook.
Yes.
And 3?
Judy.
No? Nobody's working on that.
Judy.
Huh?
Judy,
okay. And book 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. You'll have times where you wonder, why? My video number 3 of my series, Creation Seminar series, about Job and Leviathan and about dinosaurs. In this passage where God is talking to Job, chapter 38, he said, have you seen Behemoth? He's got a tail like a cedar. That would be a dinosaur. Anyway, back to the subject of light. Light it's always moving. Darkness can't move. You know that darkness can't move. Light can move. If you're the children of light, you're supposed to be on the move doing something. You're one of the pirates that don't do anything, sit around, and that's a hilarious song, isn't it? Let's see. The Psalm of David, Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? For with thee is the fountain of life. He shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light. Psalm 104. Who covereth thyself with light as with a garment. Can you imagine wearing clothes that are made of light? I like the bright colored Hawaiian shirts. My wife likes the sparkly stuff, the glitters. And should we tell them about the Honda, Mrs. Hovind?
What about the Honda?
They make those little rings of glitter that are magnetic, and you put them on the dash of your car to look pretty and put them around the heater knob and all that stuff. Well, she put one around the ignition. It's a magnet, okay? How much did it cost us to fix that?
I don't remember.
You don't, you do remember, come on now. It was a couple $100 to go to the dealer and have them examine what is wrong with this car. It won't start, It's got a magnet around the ignition. But God covers himself with light. But what exactly is it? I don't know, and I don't think anybody knows exactly what it is. God covers himself. And then it says he stretcheth out the heavens like a curtain. Wait. He stretches out the heavens. What that does to the light, let me get over to my seminar part 7 just real quickly here. Seminar part 7, where they go to measure the distance to the stars. Let me start here. I'll just pick a spot, 331, Alt-DV 331. Just a little bit of what I cover in seminar part 7, question and answer about how do we see light from the stars billions of light years away if the universe is only 6,000 years old? Fair question, okay? To measure the distance to a star, they use parallax trigonometry. Opposite sides of Earth's orbit would be 2 astronomical units, okay? 16 light minutes. We're 8 light minutes away from the sun. So they try to calculate the distance to a star using trigonometry, parallax trigonometry, okay? The max they can measure the distance to a star, I'll show you here. How far away are the stars? How far can they measure a star? Well, by looking at a star one day and they look at it again 6 months later, they can see a difference in the viewing angle of the star. With a little trigonometry, the different angles yield a distance. This technique works for stars within 400 light years. So they can only measure 400 light years. Okay, and I would agree. I think even that might be a stretch. You do the math on that, 2 astronomical units, it's a real small angle out there, real tiny angle, okay? I think it's a stretch we can measure accurately the distance to the closest star. But I'll give them that, okay? Then from there, they try to compound it, parallax trigonometry. Anyway, the accuracy will enable SIM to determine stellar distances to 10% accuracy out to a distance of 482 million to 1,000 million miles. This is an improvement of several hundred times over what is possible today. So in 2004, the Space Interferometry mission was able to improve the distance they could measure out to 82,000 light years. 82,000. So why are we telling the kids they're billions of light years away? They can't measure that, okay? Okay. The Milky Way is estimated to be 100,000 light years across. We can now measure part of the way across our galaxy, and we're in it. To measure to the other galaxies, no. What a mighty God we serve. Okay, the universe might be bigger and older than expected. Back in 2006, they said, a project aimed to create an easier way to measure cosmic distance has instead turned up surprising evidence that our large and ancient universe might be bigger and older than we thought. Wow. So they're going to add 15%. They're 15% further than we thought. Let's see. The Hubble constant may not actually be a constant. It's actually 15% smaller. Okay, you can read all the articles for yourself, but they say scientists now estimate the universe to be 13.7 billion years old, a figure that seemed firm since 2003, based on measurements of radiation left over from the Big Bang. I'll show you about that in a minute. And about 156 billion light years wide. Now, hold it. If the universe is 13 billion years old, but it's 156 billion light years wide, now they're saying it might be 15.8 billion years old and 180 billion years wide. They think the universe is 180 billion light years across, but it's only 13 billion years old. That means the stars and the matter at the edge is going 11 times faster than the speed of light. Do the math. New way to measure distance. A new method they invented to calculate intergalactic distances. one that they say is more precise and requires fewer steps than standard techniques. Ohio State University. Let's see. The new method took 10 years and 20 government grants. I added that part to develop. And relied on optical and infrared measurements gathered from telescopes all around the world. Researchers took a look at binary star system M33, where the stars eclipsed each other every 5 years. Unlike single stars, the massed pairs stars can be precisely calculated based on their movements. Oh, okay. So now they're saying, let's see, 180 billion light years across. Get up to this here. Here's the things you ought to consider about starlight. They cannot measure distances beyond 100 light years very accurately, okay? No one knows what light is. We don't know it's always traveled the same speed. Matter of fact, it would have to travel 11 times faster than the speed of light for it to get here. What's the whole theory behind a black hole? And in 1999, or 25 years ago, they were able to slow light down to 38 miles an hour. Then the next year, or couple of years later, the next year, they slowed it down to 1 mile an hour. All the articles on that. Then they brought light to a full stop. They slowed light to a dead stop, stored it, and then released it as if it were an ordinary material particle. Wow. Done by Harvard University and Smithsonian, okay, and Cambridge. We have succeeded in holding a light pulse still without taking all the energy away from it, they said at Harvard 20 years ago. Scientists break the speed of light 25 years ago, 24 years ago. Scientists claim they have broken the ultimate speed barrier, the speed of light. They have shown that light pulses can be accelerated to 300 times their normal velocity by running it through cesium, specially treated cesium gas. All right. Let's see. During the last 300 years, 164 measurements of the speed of light have been published. 16 different techniques were used. We did it in high school physics class with a rotating mirror, bouncing the light laser down the hallway to a mirror and coming back. Anyway, speed of light has apparently decreased so rapidly, experimental error cannot explain it. Is light slowing down? This is the chart of the measurements they've made of the speed of light in the last 150 years. The speed of light has decayed. The atomic clock in 1956, following several years of work, two astronomers at the National Physical Laboratory in Treddington, England, they measured, as a result, they defined a second as big number of cesium atom at zero magnetic field. So they're trying to figure out what is a second. The speed of light was 10 billion times faster at time zero. What? 35 years ago, they said the speed of light was 10 billion times faster. Wow. It's almost like God spoke and it was done. No physical law prevents anything from exceeding the speed of light. The speed of light was apparently exceeded by as much as 100, clear back in 88 and 95. The Big Bang Theory is that, everything took off faster than the speed of light. Shocking possibility is the speed of light might change. Well, if the speed of light is changing, and it could be, speed of light may have changed over history. Nothing's reliable, not even the speed of light. Then how can you say the universe is billions of years old based on a distance to a star? We have shown a time-varying speed of light could provide a resolution to the well-known cosmological problems. One mystery is that decaying speed of light is able to explain why opposite extremes of the cosmos are too far apart to have ever been in contact with each other to obey the same rules of physics. It would only be possible for light to cross from one side to the other if it traveled faster than today, moments after the universe was created. Wow. Anyway, I think we've been bamboozled by these guys who what they do. How many have ever sat at a train track when a train is coming, and when the train is coming toward you, it squeezes the air sound together and it raises the pitch. When it leaves you, it stretches it out. It comes in and goes, called the Doppler effect. It works if the noise is going past you or you're going past the noise. Either way, you get what's called the Doppler effect. The idea is that light, the stars, are receding because we're seeing the light stretched out. Speed of light may not be constant, physicists say. Why no one has measured the speed of light? Speed of light is not about light. Oh, okay. Cosmic uncertainty. Is the speed of light really constant? We don't know. Okay. Variable speed of light, Wikipedia. Scientists think the speed of light has slowed. Is the speed of light slowing down? What was this? Was the speed of light faster at the beginning? Was the speed of light faster? Oh, really? Well, you can spend all day studying this for yourself. I think you need to be cautious, though, because what they're trying to tell us is faster than the speed of light, all kinds of articles about this on my seminar, part 7. But if the Bible says 17 times in the Bible, it says God stretched out the heavens. I think God made earth first. On the day 3, he made the stars and stretched them out into place. So we might see a red shift because we're seeing the taillights of the stars as they're being stretched out into place, and it could all be 6,000 years old. God covers himself with light, and he stretcheth out the heavens like a curtain. Psalm 119. Thy word is a lamp to my feet, a light to my path. The entrance of thy words giveth light. I said, surely darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. I form the light, God said, and create darkness. If our gospel's hid, it's hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not. See, atheists hate the light. That's why they hate our little ministry here and hate this little channel. They try everything to shut us down. Do you think those atheists that work to shut us down have spent any time trying to shut down other atheist channels? No, because we shine the light. Makes them look bad, doesn't it? This then is a message which we have heard of you, and declare unto you that God is light, and in him is no darkness at all. If we say we have fellowship with him and walk in darkness, we lie and do not the truth. But if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship one with another. You can walk in the light. But see, if you're doing something evil in your life, you don't want to walk in the light. You don't want to read your Bible. You don't want to go to church. You don't want to listen to preaching because it'll make you crawl under the pew and feel like worm sweat. The city hath no need of the sun, neither the moon, for the glory of God did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof. Wait a minute. If God is light and the Lamb is light, well, then the Lamb, Jesus, must be God. Let's see. The nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it. The gates of it shall not be shut at all by day. There shall be no night there. That's where we're going to heaven. It's Revelation 20, near the end of the Bible. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? The light of the body is the eye. But when thine eye is evil, thy body is full of darkness. Let me ask you a question. Are your eyes evil? Do you look at things you shouldn't look at? As natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of things that they understand not. He says, having eyes full of adultery. Some people, their eyes are just, that's all their eyes are full of adultery. This is the condemnation that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light because their deeds are evil. Evil men avoid the light. They avoid places where the light is shined on their sin, like church, Bible study, creation science centers like DAL, Christian radio. They don't want to hear that stuff. They would rather just shut it out. And I can't hear you, right? If the world hates you, you know it hated me before it hated you. If you're in the world would love its own. But because you're not of the world, and I've chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his master, not greater than his Lord. If they persecuted me, they'll persecute you. See, they hated Jesus, and if you try to do what Jesus says and follow his book, they're going to hate you. The evil people hate the light. It's just that simple. Then spake Jesus again, saying, I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. Whoa. Okay. After these things came Jesus and his disciples into the land of Judea. There he tarried with them and baptized. John also was baptizing because there was much water. Wait. Do you need much water to baptize? John was baptizing in this spot because there was much water. And they came and were baptized. Let's see. Jesus, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water. What would that mean? He must have been down in the water. Would that be reasonable? He was down in the water and he got baptized and he came up out of the water. You know, some churches just pour water on a baby's head and call that baptism. Lutheran baptism, pour water on the baby. That'll baptize him. Why do Methodists sprinkle in baptism? Catholics, Holy Mass week, baptism, Catholic baptism stock picture. Pour water on their head. Hold it. No, you have to come up out of the water. It has to be baptism by immersion. As they traveled along the road, they came to some water, and the eunuch said, "Hey, here's some water. Why shouldn't I be baptized?" So they stopped the chariot, and he went down into the water, and Philip baptized him. Wait. He asked a question in verse 36. Somebody please tell me, where's verse 37? This is the NIV, the non-inspired version. He came and he asked a simple question. Here's some water. Why shouldn't I be baptized? What was his answer to the question? Well, they don't like the answer to the question because they like to sprinkle water on some kid's head and call it baptism. New American Standard Bible. Look at verse 37. Gone. New World Translation, Jehovah's Witness Bible. Where's verse 37? At least they drew a line and put the number in there. Here's the verse they took out because they didn't like it. He answered and Philip said, "If thou believest with all thine heart, thou mayest." See, you can only get baptized if you're a believer. Are babies believers yet? No. Should we do baby baptism? No. You can have a baby dedication if you'd like. Say, I want to dedicate this child to serve the Lord. And actually, you dedicate the parents to raise the kid right, okay? Right. Okay. Straightway coming up out of the water, he saw the heavens open. Mark chapter 1. So there arose a question between some of John's disciples and the Jews about purifying. And they said, "Hey, John," they came to John and said, "Rabbi, he that was with thee beyond Jordan, to whom thou bearest witness, behold, the same baptizeth, and all men come to him." John, aren't you going to be jealous? He's taken away all your followers. He's got more viewers than you do. John, he's got a bigger YouTube channel or whatever they had back then. I don't know what they called it back then. So he came to Capernaum, and being in the house, he asked them, "What was it ye disputed among yourselves in the way?" They disputed. What? The disciples argued? They held their peace, for by the way, they had disputed among themselves who should be the greatest. Jesus walked in the house, and the disciples said, "Hey," he said, "Hey, disciples, what were you arguing about while you're walking over here?" They didn't want to tell him because they were arguing among themselves, the 12 disciples, who's the greatest disciple. Yeah, he knows your thoughts. He spoke boldly in the name of Jesus and disputed against the Grecians. You know, it's okay to argue with people. I like arguing with the atheists. Jesus argued with the Greeks, who had all kinds of crazy beliefs back then. I think it's okay to argue about different things. Debates are fine. I love them. Disputes are fine. Keep it civil. Show the atheists how dumb their religion is. I like that, okay? He disputed. Therefore disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews. You mean the disciples were arguing in church? Yeah. If they're teaching something wrong, they disputed about the body of Moses. Oh, okay. And they went about to slay him. They didn't like it. Therefore disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews and the devout persons, those who really thought they knew the law. And he disputed in the market daily. Every day he'd go downtown to the mall and go to Walmart and start an argument in the parking lot. That's what Acts chapter 9, read it for yourself. Argued about the body of Moses. Anyway, so we can finish the rest of it later. But God is light. Question, simple question. Have you allowed Jesus to come into your heart? Because when he comes in, he's going to shine the light around and show you things that you don't like. Like when mama comes into your bedroom. Honey, you didn't make your bed neatly. You didn't look at them clothes in the closet. Did you clean your room, Mom? Sure. Let's look under the bed. Oh, no, Mom, don't look under there. That's right through everything. Okay. How about it? If he came into your heart tonight, what would he see that he'd want to get rid of? Do you have any darkness in your mouth, in your mind? Are your eyes full of darkness? Are your eyes full of adultery? Come on now. You got to talk to God about that. Keeping your mind clear is about the hardest thing a Christian has to do. Keeping your eyes not full of adultery is one of the hardest things. It's every man's battle, okay? Better win that one. Okay, questions or comments, and we'll quit.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on psychiatry and mental counseling? Well, people need counseling. Pastor Meister is a great counselor. You can call our office anytime here, and he'll be glad. He's been in this for 62 years. He'll be glad to give you advice. But most of the modern psychology and psychiatry is based on evolution, thinking that man's just an animal. They forget the whole spirit. They're missing a giant section of humanity, body, soul, and spirit, okay? So I would be cautious, right? Thank you, Nick. Okay, Salvation Zone. The book's good except for the conclusion on the bride being subjected to the tribulation. Will never happen. Kent is excellent teacher when it comes to creation. Well, we're going to be here for the tribulation. Okay. If you think you're leaving early, call me when it gets bad. I'll say, well, told you so. I wish we were leaving before. That's not true. Crybaby, good to have you here. Kent, for more distant galaxies, astronomers rely on supernova, like Cepheid variables. I understand that, okay? Now, I covered that on video 7. I won't take time tonight on that. We cannot measure star distances, even if the stars are trillions of light years away. That would not prove the universe is old. God could have made it yesterday with the stars in place. How old was Adam on the first day God made him? 0. How old did he look? 70. Perfect condition, right? Last year was 69, right? God made a full-grown man and a full-grown woman in a full-grown garden, and it looked, to us, it would look old. He knew he wasn't old. Adam could walk, talk, name all the animals the first day. His mind was already preloaded with a vocabulary. Has to be that way. It's not going to work. He didn't make a sperm and an egg in the garden to hope you find each other. No. And where are you going to grow up at? Okay. Has to be a full-grown man and woman. So God made a full-grown universe. No problem. Okay, why'd they change Israel to Palestine, later Palestine back to Israel? That is such a mess over there. That'd take years to answer that question, okay? They're going to duke it out. Israel's going to win. Gaza is going to be a place to raise sheep. Go to the book of Zephaniah, one of the last books in the Old Testament. Read what Zephaniah said about Gaza, the Gaza Strip. We'll do that some other time. Okay, Jeremy. Oh, I did that one. Okay. Did I? No. After its kind was before the angels fell. Otherwise, how were the Nephilim created? Couldn't this also be how dinosaurs were created if angels were brought forth with the reptiles? Well, no, dinosaurs are simply big lizards. Reptiles never stop growing. And all the dinosaurs most have gone extinct, okay, because of climate change. We cover all that on video number 3 about dinosaurs, what happened to them. They've always lived with man. As far as the Nephilim, angels cannot reproduce. So the Nephilim, the giants in those days, some people think it's one of the sons of Noah was gigantic. I don't know. Brother Meister, do you have a firm knowledge on that or just a theory? There's 10 different theories on that. So, yeah, don't know. Okay, any more?
Yeah, just a couple more.
Joshua, I have a question about Jesus' birth. I've seen many people say the Gospels get it wrong since Herod's reign and Caesar's reign census don't overlap. Well, the census was for Jesus' birth. It was 2 years later when the wise guys came. So some people confuse those two things, okay? They're not the same. Because when they came, it was the young child, read the story in Luke, and it was in a house, not in the manger anymore. So as far as that, go to, where's the website that deals with that? About the history. I don't remember right now, okay? I need to prepare for that question, I guess. Genesis Baptist Church, see, Brother Hovind, did you get the package I sent you today? I don't know, what was it? Did I get a package today?
You've gotten some packages in the last week, but I don't know which.
I got the tube. Is that tube? It's pretty cool with the map of Alabama. Yeah, if that's what it was, I got that. I got a coffee cup with a K on it, but I left it in the kitchen, Mrs. Hovind. The dinosaur shirt. A Hawaiian dinosaur shirt. Not this one, but yeah, I love it.
Blake, I think, makes dinosaurs, and he may use something out letters for the church, I believe.
Anyway, give me more details and I'll tell you if I got it or not. Thank you so much.
Last one, Doc.
Last one, okay.
Sorry.
Travis, Will I be a loser if I make it to heaven because I'm a loser on earth? I don't know. What do you play? What game? What game? What game are you playing? Bible says when we see him, we shall be like him. If you're a Christian, you're going to become like Christ when you see him. Yeah. See, there's two Kent Hovens living in this body. There's the old one born to my parents. Then there's the new one that got born again, and they fight. These two Kent Hovens fight all the time. Okay. The old one's going to stay behind. Only the new one's going to heaven. Won't even be able to sin. Boy, am I ready for that? It's going to be great. All right. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Now, Travis, read the book. God's got a plan for you. And 2 Corinthians chapter 1 might apply. If you feel discouraged, you feel like you're a loser, you get close to God, you overcome that, and then you got a whole ministry to reach 10 million other people who feel the same way.